What's up, everybody? Brian Tong here, and about 4 years ago, the robot vacuum space really started getting my attention, and they'd obviously been out long before then. I mean, really as far back as the early 2000s, but nothing really caught my attention as someone who's always looking for the best tech out there. I just thought, oh, I'll try a robot vacuum eventually, and then I started hearing about Roborock. But at the time, it was a brand that I really didn't know very well, so I'm doing my research and reading up, and everything on paper and spec-wise told me that, hey, they're doing some really interesting things in this robot vacuum space. So the biggest thing at the time was combining a vacuum cleaner with a mopping unit in an all-in-one solution. That was not very common back then, so I'm partnering with Roborock to talk about them because there are times that as a tech reviewer, when you try new brands, it's not always the established names that make the best stuff, and it's my responsibility to do that and to keep an open mind, and this is how I came to discover them. Because there's always these up-and-comers, these new companies with products that emerge, and so I honestly took a chance on the Roborock S5 Max. And you have to remember, before then, when you heard the word robot vacuum, it was synonymous with Roomba for years. I mean, that was really for the longest time, arguably the only game in town. But for the Roborock S5 Max, it just offered more. It vacuumed and mopped in a single unit, and it had laser mapping to create an accurate map of your home. You could make no-go zones or no mopping zones because it could vacuum and mop floors, but it also could just vacuum most carpets. I had never thought that a robot vacuum would make such a difference for me, but as a content creator who is working constantly, just putting the Roborock on, turn it on, letting it go, trusting it to do its thing, that has saved me at least 2 hours plus of work for me each time I do that. And when you combine its vacuuming and mopping abilities, it really does everything. So for me, that was huge, and it was one of the few times where I felt like this is something that I never thought I needed, but it has completely become a part of my life. Now, if there was one thing that I was hoping I could get rid of with the S5 Max, it was the hassle of just manually emptying out that dustbin every time it finished, and then also refilling the water tank inside every time it starts running low. I know it's not the biggest thing, but the more convenient, the better for me. So now it's been a couple years since the S5 Max, and I currently have the S7 Max V Ultra, and it really allows me to rarely, if ever, lift a finger now. Like, the amount of touching I'm doing this, I rarely even have to touch the thing. I just didn't know how they could keep making it better, but they do. Now, the biggest game changer for me was the auto emptying and auto mop washing with this Ultra Dock. I mean, I could go about 3 months without having to throw out the debris from the dust bag or constantly refill the water tank of my Roborock because this dock does it all for me. It's really a luxury to have, but again, if we're paying for the ultimate convenience and time saver, that's why we're getting this. The mop now has their Viberize sonic mopping ability to scrub really fast and more efficiently, and then it lifts up when the Roborock S7 Max V goes over carpet, so it reduces getting your carpet wet by the mop. I mean, this thing is just so good, and it's hard for me to really point to many products that have saved me as much time in my personal life as the Roborock. And do I sound like a super fan for this thing? Yes, it's because I am, and I've been a genuine user of this product before Roborock reached out to me to partner with them, and they keep on bringing more and more improvements that I didn't even think were possible. I was at CES hosting the show, and when I went out to Roborock's booth there, I got to check out their new S8 series. I talked to the team, and they said that their innovations are really driven by what customers like me and you are asking for, so they now made the suction power even stronger, and then the vibrations for the sonic mopping are now twice as strong as well. You also have this new dual roll brush that grabs more debris and prevents hair tangles. That was probably one of my biggest bugaboos, just having to cut the hair that would get stuck around the single roller with my previous models. And now they have what they call the Rock Dock Ultra. It still auto empties the dust bag, and it has a water tank for replacing the water and cleaning the mop. But this will now also send warm air to dry the mop and prevent mold growth. And when it goes to the dock to charge, it charges 30% faster, which for larger homes, this is gonna help a whole lot. Plus, they have it in this new elegant white color. I'm gonna absolutely love that thing. So, am I gushing over the Roborock? Yes, I am, but that's because They have just shown year over year how much innovation matters to them and how they keep on doing more to really separate them from the competition. Now I know my time is valuable and yours is too, and there aren't many devices that save you hours of work every time you use it. So I'm looking forward to getting a chance to review the new Roborock S8 Pro Ultra right here on my channel. So come back then, because until then, I will see you soon.